Hey, this is Rich and I'm excited to talk about the new comprehensive ceramic coating videos that are going to show you step by step on how to produce a professional ceramic coating, whether it's your paint, wheels, glass, trim, or interior. We're going to walk you step by step on what we call ceramic coatings for dummies. Hey guys, we're going to go over step one, which is going to consist of proper washing of wheels, paint, glass, and all exterior surfaces before we move on to step two. Now we've completed step one, which is the wash process. We're going to move on to step two, which is paint decontamination, which is a clay bar treatment. Now, a clay bar is like silly putty. It's used to remove any surface contamination such as metal particles from the road tar, bug splatter, or any other kind of road contamination or tree sap or fallout that could be embedded in the paint. We're going to recommend that you use the EVO green clay bar, which is a mild clay bar. And then once we finish this step, we're going to go to step three. Now let's move on to step three, which is crucial, paint prep polishing. This is an essential step to remove any of your common swirl marks, scratches, water spots, anything that you can see in direct sunlight or even focus lighting in a garage or a shop. It's important that we identify the paint imperfections so that we can come up with a plan of action to remove those imperfections. Now we've completed our paint prep, we're now going to move on to paint polishing. I'm going to recommend before you start the paint polishing process that we do this in a well-shaded area or an area of a garage or a space that we don't have direct sunlight. This is important because you do not want to buff a hot surface. It's important that the paint finish be cool to the touch, not warm or hot. We also recommend that you find some LED lights at Home Depot or online to have essential proper lighting. This is so we can have proper perspective on the imperfections in the paint, and the lighting is super important because we tell in the pro arena that if you can't see it, you can't fix it. And this is so important. A lot of guys miss out before ceramic coating. Guys, I highly recommend that you invest in some proper lighting. It's not expensive. This is a game changer. Okay, so we're gonna go over proper prep polishing. Now that's gonna consist of picking the right cut or polish to actually repair and restore the finish before ceramic coating. And what we have here is the whole line of EVO polishes that we've developed with micro abrasives ranging from 800 to the EVO 1000 to the EVO 1500 to the EVO 2000 and 3000 now. What's important to note is that you do not need to use each one of these products. It's not 3, 4, or 5 steps. It's one cut and it's one finish, okay? So once you pick the cut and the finish, you're going to perform a test panel on the vehicle, and we're giving you examples here of common scratches and swirl marks and micro marring, but then you're going to match it up to one of the pads that you see here. Now the pads go from most aggressive to a foam aggressive to a medium cut to a microfiber to a light polish to a finish polish, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to find, for example, if you watch our other EVO videos, we show you how to match the right cut to the right pad. Now we've always color keyed from our polish to our pad, so you're going to have to watch the basics of paint correction and polishing on our EVO videos on our YouTube channel, as you see here on the screen. And once you come up, you're going to want to practice a pad and product combination and do a test panel before you do the whole vehicle. That way you know that you're going to get a consistent result when you start to finish. And it's important, we talk about the repair, the restore, and the protect will be your ceramic coating. So I highly recommend that you practice on a panel first to get the confidence, pick the right cut, find the right finish. Once you know your pattern product combination, go ahead and do your final inspection under focused lighting or in direct sunlight. Now that step 4 is completed, the paint is actually perfect, we're going to move on to step 5, which is how to prep before coating. For more effective removal of residual oils and grease, you can use a 60-40 version of a rubbing alcohol and distilled water. This is really effective for removing polishing oils or any other contamination that could be sitting on the paint finish. Now the 5 step is completed, we're going to move on to step 6, which means we're going to inspect our paint polishing and prep before we actually move on to applying the coating. We have now properly prepped and polished the vehicle's finish and are ready for applying the ceramic coating, it's important that we check the paint finish for any imperfections and also use a prep solution to clean the finish. We always make sure to have 6 to 8 80-20 gloss-up microfiber towels for removing each layer of ceramic coating, and also having at least 3 to 4 suede blocks on hand before we go to the coating process.
Now that step 6 is done, we're going to move on to step 7, where we're actually going to apply the coating and show you the best technique for getting the best results.
This is a step which is essential to how much product do we actually apply to the applicator to apply the finish. This is going to produce a candy-like shell and a color enhancement that you've never seen before. This SiO2 technology produces the most amazing gloss that you've ever seen on a paint, almost like we just sprayed it with fresh clear. Start by checking your suede applicator block for any contaminants before applying any of the ceramic coating to the applicator. Once you've done the inspection, apply approximately 4 to 6 fine drops, as you see here in the video. Work on half the panel at a time, lightly dragging the applicator across the paint in overlapping lines until you have full coverage, and then once again, one more time in the opposite direction. We refer to this process as cross hatching. Super important. I like to repeat this process by applying one section at a time, and I'll do the cross hatch twice because I don't want any high or low spots.
Step 8 is important because we're going to show you when and how to remove a ceramic coating so that you don't get high and low spots.
What's important to note here is let the coating sit on the paint until it turns from a clear to light hazy, almost milky appearance. We recommend working one section or a panel at a time. Now guys, do not apply to the whole car then remove. This will result in great difficulty to level and remove. This is not a wax, and it's a high solid glass resin that goes from a liquid glass state solid. What's important to note is it may take up to 3 to 5 minutes depending on the climate or temperature / humidity that you live in. Very important tip, for hot temperatures or high humidity, remove within 1 to 2 minutes. This is really important because the solvent that transports the ceramic can dry very quickly. Once it becomes hazy, you're ready to remove. Begin by lightly misting the panel with our Gloss Enhancer Detail Spray. This is a game changer for removing any of our paint ceramic coatings. 2 sprays will do the job. Use a dry 80-20 gloss-up microfiber towel, fold it in force to wipe the panel down. Now, flip the towel over and continue with the dry side. Once both sides become damp, guys, it's time to switch towels to avoid streaking. Super important. Please note if the panel you're removing coating looks greasy or hazy, use a fresh microfiber towel to level the remaining SiO2 coating sitting on the paint finish stove. Once the entire car painted surfaces have been coated and wiped down, we recommend you repeat steps 7 and 8 to apply at least 1 more coat to make a total of 2 coats. And guys, I recommend no more than 3 coats. And you want to wait between 20 to 30 minutes in between coats in normal temperatures above 70 degrees.
Now we've showed you how to apply the ceramic coating in step 8. We're going to go to final inspection in step 9 with focus lighting and sun lighting to make sure that you produce the perfect coating.
It's time to use your lights, your detail spray, and a dry microfiber towel to perform a final check and remove any streaking or hazing that may be left behind. I also recommend pulling it into direct sunlight to inspect under natural light for any residual high or low spots, which means thicker areas of coating and thinner areas of coating that may still appear. Guys, congratulations on applying your first ceramic coating.
Step 10, Aftercare. Guys, this is a really important step. I want you to focus on how do I properly maintain my ceramic coating now after I installed it. We're going to show you the best techniques and the best products to care for your coating.
Now, Aftercare, there's no waxing or polishing needed. You've got up to 2 or 3 layers applied. The damage now will appear in your vehicle, will happen in the coating, and the benefit from that is if you damage a coating, it's easy to fix versus spending 2 days polishing your car. And we're going to highly recommend that you only use our EVO Ceramic Detail Spray, which contains SiO2 mixed with the best polymers in the world that can be used as a top coat on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. That's totally up to you. So what I recommend is that you guys move forward, use our detail products, our car wash, and stay tuned for upcoming videos of new techniques and tricks that we use to get the best finish. Guys, again, this is Rich, CEO of Glossit. Thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate the time and effort you put into your vehicle as much as we love what we do here.